Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today's video, we've got another rehousing to do, and today we're going to be rehousing two Theraphosa species. They're going to be moved into these 3-litre storage containers or storage boxes, and these should do for a good maybe 2 or 3 months before they will have to get moved up to something a bit bigger. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's do some rehousing. So the tarantulas we are going to be rehousing is my female Theraphosa blondi, which is the Goliath bird eater, and we're going to do her first. And the other spider is the Theraphosa Apophysis, which I do think is a male, but I still yet need to confirm it. But the Apophysis is bigger than the blondi at the moment. So we're going to do the we're going to do the blondi first. So these are going to be very basic setups. But what I will do is, I'm going to get the spider out first, because I want to use the cork bark that they've already got in here. So this shouldn't be too difficult. I don't know how well you're going to see this, so you may not get much of a view. So there's the blondi. She's in her catch cup. You won't be able to see her through this little retainer. So hopefully when I get her in a new enclosure, we can get some good close-up of her. So now she's caught up, I'll probably reuse this substrate, because it doesn't seem to be... Actually I'm not, because it does look a little bit damp. Damper than what I would like. But however, I'm going to use the water dish and use the bark. So we'll put that to one side. So we've got the enclosure here. So like I said, these are 3 litres. So we're going to add some... This is just going to be cocoa fibre and potting soil. Just a bit of that. So this is just cocoa fibre and potting soil that I'm using as a substrate. So the good thing about these enclosures is that they're obviously quite tall, so the spider can burrow down if it wants to. And with the Theraphosis, when they're younger, like the size what mine are now, they will tend to burrow. However, they do come out as well. So I'm going to make a pre-made burrow for her to go down. There we go, something like this. Okay. Just very basic setup, nothing crazy. So we've got some water here. And there we go. So let's get the spider in. So I'm going to move the camera closer so you guys can see. So that was the Theraphosa blondi in our new enclosure. So that went a lot better than I thought it might have been. Just because these Theraphosas, when they're younger, they can be very quick. So Very quick, bad at hair kicking, and I think she could be coming into primo, so that'll be good. So on to the Theraphosa Apophysis, the pink foot Goliath. Now this one is pretty belty, so very skittish and stuff. So hopefully, however, this one is nice to look at though, because this one's starting to get its markings and stuff. So hopefully we can get a good look at him. Like I said, I do believe this is a male, so I don't know if you can see this on camera, but he's all over the place. Now, I would like him to go in his hide. So I think he's kicking hairs. Really want him to. I don't know if this should be alright. Can't take the lid off without it moving. Right. Oh, stay. I'm going to need a bigger catch cup. This one should do it. And he's in. I'm going to have to stand up for this. He's kicking hairs like mad. There he is. That's that done. Let's get that out of the way. I don't know how much of that you could have seen, but he was all over the place in that enclosure. So same as before, we're going to use the piece of bark. Oh, this is a good piece. And there we go. Another simple enclosure. Just a piece of cork bark in there and a good amount of substrate. Let's get the spider in. So there we have it. That was the rehousing for these tarantulas. So a few little tips about these spiders. If you want to get a Theraphosa blondi or Apophysis or the Sammy for yourself, these guys do like a good humidity because they do come from the jungles and stuff and the rainforests. So they are they do live in very high humidity areas. Saying that, so even though they like it like a high humidity, that doesn't mean they like it soaking wet. So if you can, try and make sure their substrate ain't soaking wet. Your substrate wants to be damp enough so that when you squeeze it, no water drips out. So you kind of want to get that in between of not wet but not bone dry. That's why I do like to have cocoa fibre and potting soil or something along those lines and mix it together. And that way you do get a good substrate. I use a lot of it and I don't really get no issues with it. So for me it works well, but for other people it might not work so well. But yeah, to try and get that balance with your substrate of not too dry and not soaking wet. So they do like a good humidity. Temperature as well, anywhere between, well, they like it they could go up to about 80 degrees, maybe even like 85, 90. However, my room goes up to about 70, or stays around 70, between 70 and 80, and mine do fine even in the 70s. So, other things about this spider is their hairs. These do have really bad urticating hairs, so when you're doing rehousings and stuff like that, a good idea to wear gloves or a long sleeve top. Just those hairs, if they kick up, they don't get into your skin. So that's it. If you're new to the Theraphosa, that is, and you want to take precautions, then it's always a good idea to do that. Also, maybe some sort of goggles or something to protect your eyes, and obviously make sure you don't breathe them in. So because they do have bad urticating hairs, just like your geniculatus, the Brazilian white knee, they got bad urticating hairs as well. These guys, the size of these guys, these are a massive spider, talking around the size of near enough a dinner plate. These spiders are massive, and make sure you've got enough space to keep these spiders, because they will take up a lot of room. What else is there? They are a New World spider, however, I don't recommend them for first time owners, just because temperatures, your humidity, if you're new you may struggle with that, but that's not the main point. The main point is this is a big spider, a really big spider, bad urticating hairs. They can be defensive when they want to be, and obviously, you know, but at the same time, if you're calm and you know what you're doing, and you don't jump too much if a spider bolts, then I don't see anything wrong with getting one. Obviously, I've got two. I've got the Blondi and I got the Apophysis at the moment, and yeah, for me they haven't been too bad. So, and when they're young, they are quite skittish, so they will move a bit quicker. But other than that, really good spider. But yeah, so I think that's it for this tarantula, and this is now the end of this video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Do just want your own opinions. As always, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Carlos Tarantulas. This is where I do videos on my tarantula collection. So if you like any tarantula content, then consider subscribing. So hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.